get into the conversation. Happy to have you here, and hopefully over the next 20 odd minutes that we have, we'll be able to do some justice to the audience and get good insights from you people always. Um I'll start off with Mr. Sandeep Bangla. Sir, Sandeep Bangla has a very, he's known as one of the best minds in debt fund industry. And I was just talking to him, probably he's been from, so long in the industry since ICICI Securities primary dealer days, and he's now the CEO of Trust Mutual Fund. So welcome, sir, and I'll start off with you. Uh, So Trust AMC is a relatively new entrant, even though it has been there for some time. Uh, it's more known as a non-banking debt player, right? So as someone looking at the AMC space with a fresh approach, how do you see growth with intelligence as a paradigm shift for both AMCs and MFDs to do business?
So good afternoon. Good afternoon, Chennai. So thank you for being here. It's very exciting times that we are living in. We have now 50 AMCs on board in Amphi, and I think the way we are going, the way I think the government and SEBI are collaborating, I think we'll have 50 more AMCs in another 1-2 years. So a lot of new AMCs will come, lot of new products will come, and on top of that, we have threat of artificial intelligence taking up jobs in various industries and probably in financial markets also. But I think our business, the mutual fund business, is a very unique business. I think where fintechs might come and go, but fintechs might come and go, and they will help in getting a lot of new investors. But in my experience, the investors definitely rely a lot on the advice and experience of distributors, and I think that role cannot be minimized. I think, as you rightly said, we are a new AMC, we do not have a bank sponsoring us, but I think if you look at examples of people like PPFS or Mirai or even Nippon, they have created without any bank support, with the help of distributors. And today the good thing is information is available to everyone. So if you do good work, I think it will get noticed and it will get picked up and people will come to you for work. So I think artificial intelligence is a fantastic productivity tool. In fact, we are trying to conduct workshops for our own employees, for our mutual fund distribution partners, as to how to use artificial intelligence in terms of analyzing portfolios, of improving their productivity, how to do prospecting using that. But I think as far as the investor experience is concerned, I think there is no replacement of that human touch which you bring to the table. And I have seen all kinds of models in which mutual fund distributors work. And there are people who have completely on digital, people who are completely on physical. There are people who have, a sales team. There are people who are working on their own. I think the industry is very large and encompassing. So all kind of models are thriving. I don't think personally that, artificial intelligence will be able to disrupt our industry in any meaningful way. I think it's a very human business. We deal with emotions, and I think that emotional intelligence is what we require. And I think this is what will be the major force, connecting with your customers, staying connected. There could be challenges in that. There could be issues that, the new generation is now coming, will be taking over power. I think that could be a big issue. I think there's a lot of misinformation which is coming from Instagram or YouTube, which is a problem. I think as mutual fund industry, we have to understand that we should not bring out too many products which are confusing for the customer and the distributors. A lot of time is wasted on that.
Sure.
So I think those are the things, those are the distractions that we have to stay away. I think this is a fantastic industry. I think this will continue to thrive for the future years to come. And I think there is no replacing the human touch and the emotional intelligence that you provide.
Thank you
So
so
thank
much,
you.
sir. Thank you. Uh, so my next question is to Mr. Vinay from Bank of India AMC. So as a established AMC with a pedigree of PSU, can you briefly tell us how MFDs can look at intelligent growth? And not just grow, see, because from yesterday what we have been hearing is every other speaker has been telling us that don't be complacent. Don't just, market cap is growing, so you are growing, so don't think it's your own, you are making it happen. You are in the right time at the right place, so you are growing, right? So, and there is a pull demand by investors also. So beyond this, what should MFDs try to do, according to you? Through
Yeah. Thank you, Chennai, for giving me this opportunity. So, coming to the
little
point
bit
of
closer. Yeah.
growth with intelligence, when I'm talking to, let me take a couple of points from Sir and the earlier presenter as well, where he said you need to do so many meetings, you need to add so much assets. That being the essence of how you increase your sales or AM. But one thing which I find a gap is we are in a world where we are talking about AI everywhere. Everybody's talking about AI. Transactions have been democratized.
Yeah.
Technology has made it extremely easy to reach any corner of the world. And AI is throwing the portfolio ideas. But the interesting part, if you observe, looking at the SIP books, SIP books which is more than 5 years, right? SIPs which is more than 5 years is less than 16% and contributing only to 27% of the assets. And SIP on regular mode is 21%. And SIPs on 1 year basis on a direct is around 36%. So even in this world, when we're talking about a lot of things which is happening on the technology, the people are coming on the FOMO part, right? They're missing something, or there's a pull because MF is making some great returns in the recent past.
Okay.
So that being said, I think again taking a point from Sir, the emotional intelligence is most important. Holding them together to hold your SIP for the longer term will actually make more sense than trying to do something totally different in the market.
Okay, the point well taken. Thank you so much. Um, my question now moves on to Mr. Chandrakant Sureka, sir. Chandrakant Sureka, sir, is the CEO of FPSB India. And so my question is, what people were talking again over the last couple of days, if we see, is that we need to step up, right? So we can't just be MFDs and stick to that alone. So professional experience and expertise needs to come into play. So how do you look at that, sir, as somebody representing FPSB India?
Yeah, thank you, MFD, my friends in MFD, for giving me this opportunity to stand before you. And as far as what Mr. Bhat has said, see, we have seen over the past 2 days that two very important things are happening is that, first of all, the investment trends are changing. We have seen that the investing public is moving away from simple vanilla products like bank FDRs to market-oriented investments. Therefore, the investment opportunities are becoming more and more complex, demanding more and more professional approach, education and analysis. See, for building a bank FDR portfolio, you don't need a professional advisor. You just need a friendly bank manager. But as the sophistication increases between the choices that an investor has, you definitely need to have an advisor who is an expert in that domain, who understands the sophistications in the investment options that are present today. As for example, the latest additions like the AIF funds or the SIF funds, or even I would say the mutual fund different options, if you see, there are more than, there are thousands of schemes in different categories. Unless one has a deep understanding, you will not be able to advise the client correctly in the correctly in what is the best beneficial scheme for his risk profile, his need, his family, his goals, etc. So I think it is very evident that as we go along, it will become imperative that MFDs have professional qualifications.
Thank you so much. So as the time is short, I thought instead of having too many questions, we can probably have one idea which MFDs can take away from you. So Sandeep sir, one powerful idea.
So I think in my observation, I think the people who are successful MFDs are the people who spend more time with their clients rather than on the products. I think most of the new products and innovations are likely to be more promising and they will most likely under-deliver. My personal belief is that the basic few mutual fund schemes are sufficient to meet any client needs. I think if you spend more time with your clients and use the emerging technology to do the analysis part, then you free up your time and spend more time with your clients. I think because I think the future is very, very powerful. I think you'll have many more clients in the future. Sometimes I have seen some of the MFDs have stopped prospecting, stopped spending time with the client. And I think eventually, I think honesty pays. So I think, there's one malady with our mutual fund industry that all of us, you take any CEO, fund manager, anywhere, at any point of time, they'll always be bullish. So we have Mr. Modi ji who's saying that don't come back to us up before 2047. Most of the fund managers will say that do not come before 10 years. But the fact is, the reality is the client needs handholding. The client is not matured enough to understand that, you have to keep investing for next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. So I think spending time with the client, I think understanding markets beyond the marketing narrative that, sometimes our industry propagates. What is the equities? Most of the money is coming to equities. Equities is not a linear product where you will get 8% every year or 14% every year. It might be 14% on an average. Like mid caps have given 16% returns in the last 15 years. Large caps have given 12%, small caps have given 14%. But that is not linear, there is a lot of volatility and that the client has to understand, and you are the only connect between the mutual fund and the market and the client. So I think if you are honest and if you are able to set the goals correctly and set expectations correctly, I think you will grow and your clients will also grow.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Mr. Vinay, your thoughts on one powerful idea for MFDs?
Yeah. This I heard from a former colleague. He said there's an MFD in Mumbai. Most of you must be traveling to Mumbai. So you can see the cab drivers in white shirts and khaki shirts. So MFD came out with a clever communication. 5,000 every month, 5 years, you can change from a driver to owner. Very simple communication, very clear. He hit the aspiration and he maintained that. So maybe if we can communicate very clearly, one, second, if you find the aspiration and address it right, as an opportunity. And the most important thing is, can we play on the niche? Can I be a niche player? Can I address only to software employees who predominantly have ESOPs? That can be an opportunity. Or maybe exclusively requirements to addressing to your doctors. That could be a great opportunity.
Absolutely. That was a very brilliant point that, you make somebody who's driving a cab into a owner of a cab, right? So this is a very practical and simple solution which we can implement in many areas where we meet people. Thank you so much. Sureka sir, FPSB CFP certification is the gold standard of financial planning globally. So my question for you is, how useful do you think it should be to MFDs and what difference can it make?
Sure. Thank you for asking that. See, of course, as a being from FPSB, my big powerful idea for all MFDs will be that please do CFP as soon as possible. And because that will not only help you to understand your clients well, because one of the central themes of a CFP is be client-centric and the ethics code that we have. So these two I see as our powerful pillars for expanding your practice and to have a long-term business plan. Apart from that, doing FPSB also equipped, one very important thing is that we in FPSB or as CFPs we see that MFD or any other is investment planning, and investment planning is a part of the bigger financial planning topic. This is one of the central themes that we always advocate. So for MFDs who are in an MFD practice, if you do CFPs, that is a straight pathway for you to expand your practice and become financial planners, which encompasses activities and businesses over and above the mere product selling that MFDs do, and have a deeper relationship with your clients. This is a logical thing according to me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think it's quite helpful because as in the last 2 days again, and even the last speaker who talked about the marketing person who talked about Gen Z approach, education plays a very vital role there, because the old, what you call, relationship-based thing is there still. But when the next generation comes in, they are going to value a little bit more the education the person has. So whether one is a CFP or a CFA, it will help definitely. Thank you. To sum up, I would say that thank you for being a part of this group. Thank you for taking part in the summit as Gold and Knowledge Partners. And unfortunately or fortunately, I studied computer science in college. So today we are sitting and talking about AI, and I am in a completely different industry. So we have a concept in computer science called GIGO, garbage in, garbage out, right? So if the input is not good, what output won't be good either. So I think what MFDs can take away is that the input has to be very good. We can't expect AI to do everything. If you want to use AI as a tool or anything like that and grow with intelligence, we need to be good ourselves and ask the right questions to get the correct answers. So hopefully that has been the takeaway, and thank you all for participating in this summit. Thank you so much.